Hi guys, welcome to this video. So in our last video, we have completed up to this part, up to the center mounting shaft part. So then we are going to create some more parts in this video, like from the part 5. Okay, so this is going to be the part 2 video for this jet engine. Okay, so let's continue with creating our parts. Okay, so let me just close this all these drop downs. So let's go and create the next part. Okay. So the next part is going to be like a rear mounting shaft. So yeah. Okay. So this is the part we are going to create. So yeah. Let's see the drawing first. Okay, let's close this and first let's create a part in this assembly itself. Okay. It's a kind of like it's a kind of simple part. Okay. It may be complicated, but it's a kind of simple part, so I'm going to create in this assembly itself. Okay, we have to get the reference of the world part, so I'm going to create in this reference in this assembly. Okay, so this is going to be the rear mounting shaft. Okay, create features and then going for the offset planes. Okay. So now let's go for the sketch, but before that we need to see the dimensions or in those diagrams. Okay, let's go for the front view for this kind of view here. So we are going to create a part in here. So let's see the diagram. Okay. So for this part also we can use revolve because it is all even on. It's like a 360-degree. It will be even on all the edges. Okay. So we can use revolve option for this. So here, okay. So this length it will be 10, but this edge, small edge, it will be 2.5. Okay, and this height it will be 2, and then yeah, this space like it will be 20, and then 2 up again, and then we need to find this distance. Um, then we can have a better angle on this, like you can see here, it is 2.5. Okay, and then we can able to create this arc by using this line. Okay, so now we can go for the sketch and we can create our sketch. Okay. So let me have some reference on this previous part. So we are going to create a part on this reference. Okay. So let's go for the line. I'm going to draw a line from this reference like this and like this, and yeah. So this distance value it's gonna be 2.5, and this height value as 2, and then here it will be like 20, I think so. Yeah, 20, and then one more line from here till here, it will be 2 again from this reference, and then on the right side, towards right side, it will be like equal for this line. It is like 2.5. Let's check. Yeah, if you are going to create any equal features, like let me just explain you this. Like if you are going to create a line equal to this line, you can draw up like this, and you can see the equal symbol, and you can see the other line is highlighted in green. Okay, sometimes it may confuse your sketch. Okay, so for that you can directly close this and you can go for the dimension and you can just verify like whether it is okay or not. Okay, so then we have completed this, but we need to create a art feature here. So let's go for the diagram. So yeah, we have to create a line like this. It's not a kind of arc. Okay, so for that we need to know the dimension length for this. Okay, so we have to create up to this. So okay, from here till here, uh, yeah, it will be 30. Okay, so here you can, so it is 30. So we need to create a point for this, but yeah, I can go for a constructive line. Okay, from here till here, and I need this length value as 30. Okay, and then we need to create one more line. Yeah, up to this. Okay, so like this joining a line. So this distance it will be 20. Okay, okay, but yeah, but I think it's not 20. Okay, this will be 20, and can if we have some more view on this. Okay, mm, yeah, I think it is okay, but yeah, you can see here from this bottom it will be 20. But for creating this line, we need to know this value. Okay, so we need to find this h value. So I think like this distance, it will be 10, right? Okay, let me again see this width is 10, so this will be also 10. Okay, because this edge has a value of 2, so we can directly go for the plus 2, like it will be 10 here. So now let's close this. So let's go for the another constructive mode line, and like this. I don't want to make any equal constant for this. So for this, let's go for the dimension. Let's select this and this. I need this value as a value of 30. So then, like we can't able to directly join this because like it may have some line here, like it will have some line. So we need to find those, like to find the distance. Like you can see this edge here. Okay, yeah, it will be like 2.5. So this will be replicated here and here also. Okay, so yeah, let's go for the line, and I'm going to create a line like this, and this will be like 2.5. Okay, so then we can directly join this line and this line. Okay, okay, so now we have completed our sketch like this. Okay, and then let's go for the sketch again. So we need to create this drop feature. So as I said before, this total height will be 10. So from this 10, we have to minus this 8. So it will be this extruded value. Like when we can zoom here, you can able to see this value will be 2. Like it will be minus by like 8 minus 10. Okay, so it will be 2, and we need to know this length, and this length will be same as this. Okay, so it will be 20. Okay, 220. So I'm going to draw a line like this, and this, and this. So let's assign this total height value as the 2, and this distance value as 20. Then for this edge, I'm going to create another edge like this. Okay, I don't want to make an equal constraint as it has too many equal constraints here. So I'm going to enter a value of 2.5. Okay, so then yeah, we have completed our left side sketch. You can see here this is completed, but we need to create this point here so that we can be able to create an arc here. So for this, total length as 253 and this total height as 240. So from the center line it will be 120, right? So for this we can create a constructive corner rectangle from here till here, and we can assign the dimension here. So the total length will be 253, and for this height, like we have value of 240 as a overall length, so it should be divided by 2, so it will be 120, right? So here we can go for this sketch, this side sketch, so we can create here. So this line as a length of 3. Let's go for the normal line here. Let's create a line with a distance of 3. Okay. So then now we can create our arc but from this edge, right? So yeah, I need this arc value, like this radius value as 215.14. Okay, like yeah, 215.14. So we can directly go for the 3 point tangent and arc uh, ah, like this, and then it check whether the radius value is the same to 15.14. Yeah, I think it's same 15.14. Like yeah, so it is just for verifying like whether our sketch is completely done or not. Like we are using this, like, we are created this arc based on this reference which we have created, right? So we should check whether this is correctly placed or not. Okay, so then yeah, we can create this line. So this line will have a height. So we need to see that height. Okay, so yeah, from here till here it is 20, and then like okay, 1 minute. And this total height will be 55. So 55 110 divided by 2 it will be 55. So minus 20. Okay, 35 on this length as 10. Okay, so it should be 25. Okay, so we can directly go for the line and we can draw a line like this, and we can edit this height as a value of 25. Okay, so then I'm going to create an inner surface for this. So we have already known that this edge, like this distance, entire distance as a value of offset 10. So we can create a line like from this reference. So it's the constructive mode for this, like this. Okay, let's skip this. Like I'm going to draw a line like this from here till here. Okay, so let's see the diagram whether it is okay or not for me. Okay, from here till here. Okay, so this distance value as 10. Okay, and this distance value as 10. So we need to find the length from this inner edge to this edge. Okay, so it will be like 20. Okay, yeah. So now let's first delete this line. Okay, I'm going to draw a line from this reference. Okay, like this and like this. So at first I need to assign this height value as a value of 13. Okay, and then dimension like from here till here it will be 10. Okay, good. And then from here till here I need a value of 10 here. Okay, okay, I can drag like this for a better view of these dimensions. Okay, so now we have completed here. So we have to do the same on the other side also. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line equal to this line, and then this height must be a value of 10. Okay, okay, like we have completed our sketch. So we need to create offset for all these curves and lines and edges. Okay, so we can create offset, but it will be very complicated because we have too many edges here. So I'm going to draw a line from here parallel to the old line here. Okay, okay, like this, and I'm going to draw a one more line from here till here. Okay, so this from like go for dimensions from here till here we have a value of 8. So let's enter a value of 8 here, and then let's delete the unwanted segments. Okay, so then like uh, Yeah, we have completed, but we need to create one more arc like this. Okay, so for that, let me create an arc. So go for the 3-point tangent and from this edge with the same center point which we have created for this. Okay, you can see. Or else we can go for the center and ends arc. You can select this center point and from this till this edge. Okay. Now let's delete the unwanted line here and let's check the radius. It has like 205.14. Okay, let's go for dimension and let's check 205.14. Yeah, okay, it's good. So then, um, yeah, one more thing I have to do here, like we need to create a surface here, like you can see in this diagram. Okay, so this distance value, like we may know it is 10. Okay, and we need to know this exact height for this. Mm, okay, you can see the radius value of this circle, it will be 80, right? So the distance will be as the same here. You can see this 80. Okay, so let's go. Let's create a line from here till here, and I need like from this point to this point, I need a value of 80. Okay, good. And then I'm going to create one more line like this, and this distance will be 10 as an offset distance, right? So let's create a one more line from the here to complete our sketch, and then like we can delete these. Okay, so we have completed, and then if we need, we can close this edge also. Okay, for completing our sketch. Okay, so we have completed our profile as you can see here, but here like yeah, we need to create this surface here. So for this we can also use revolve tool again, or else we can also edit in this sketch itself. Okay, so yeah, for this I'm going to create a sketch on here. So at first I'm going to I'm just going to have a reference on this line, so it is will be 3, right? So I'm going to create a point here. So this distance will be, yeah, it should be 3, right? So I don't want to create a point here. Okay, so I'm going to delete this point because I don't want this. Okay, so it doesn't play a big role here. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line at this edge. So from 3, like here, and here, and then here. So let's see the dimensions on this diagram. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, so this distance value is 20, and the height here is like this total height is 120, and then this height value is 117.15. So it will be like 2.5 something, 2.5. Yeah, okay. And then I need this length value as 20, we have seen there. And then I'm going to just directly coincident with this arc, and then I don't want this line. Okay, okay, we have completed this sketch. Let's check whether this line is 3. Yeah, okay, 3, 2.5, and then 20. Okay, so then we need to create one more feature for this, like not one, uh, like you can see here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we need to do the same. So for this, like you can see the same dimension here, like 40, 20, 40, and then this will be like 20, and then again, like we don't want this because it is like on the curve, right? So I'm just going to create a constructive line. So let's go for the constructive line. I'm going to create from this bottom point like a straight line like this. Okay, and then I'm going to create, yeah, I'm going to create a line like this, like, yeah, this, and this will be 40, and then another line for this 20, and another line for the 40, and then another line for the 20. Okay, so let's assign this dimension, like from this edge, like it has a value of 40, and yeah, from this to this, it should have a value of 20, and here the same of 40 again, and then go for the dimensions, like from here till here, it should have a value of 20. Okay, so now we have created our constructive line profile. So for the better viewing, I'm going to just drag all these dimensions away from my sketch. Okay, yeah, good. So now we can directly create these curve lines here like this and this. Okay, so this height, like it will be like 104, like 117 divided by 104. Okay, so we can also directly go for this 104.57. Okay, so now let's go for the normal line. Okay, so now I'm going to create a line from here till here. Okay, let's go for the dimension. Let's check whether this height is same as mentioned on this diagram. This height will be like 104.57. Let's check. Yeah, 104.57. Yeah, it's okay for me. Good. So let's create one more line to complete the sketch, like from here till here, and then let's delete this curve. Okay. So we have completed this profile and this profile. You can see here this and this. So we need to create this, right? So for this, we need to do the same here. Okay. So then for this, let's go for the diagram here and let's see like this height, it will be like 75.89. Okay, so let's create a line like this. Okay, so this height, like from the bottom, like here, it should have a value of 75.89. Okay, 75.89. Okay, so now we have created this. So we need this edge, like you can see here, like one line towards upwards and one line towards downwards. Okay, so now we can draw a line like this up to this reference and another line up to this reference. Okay, so now let's delete these dimensions. Okay, so let's go for the delete segment and we can delete this. Okay, okay, I think like we have completed our profile like this. Okay, one, two, and three. Let's go for the diagram. One, two, and three. Okay, so we are good to go. We can go for the revolve by creating a center line like this. Let's click on OK and then go for the revolve. Okay, okay, good, good. Yeah, we have created this part. Okay, we can click on OK here, and then like it may have some couple of round feature for this. Yeah, you can see here on the right side. It, yeah, it has some hole features. On the left side, it may have some hole features here. So for the left side, they have not provided any dimension for this. So we have to use the reference holes for this. Okay. So let's click on this. Yeah, we need to take reference on these holes. Okay. So let's go for the sketch and let's select this surface and yeah, it's okay. Sketch and then go for the sketch view. Here, like yeah, we are having too many references here. So we don't want to worry about that. We can directly go for the reference and then I'm going to take a reference of this circle and this center of point. Okay, and then this circle and this reference point. Let's go for the sketch view and let's solve this, close this. Okay, Now you can able to see the reference here, right? So let's go for the line, sorry, circle, create the circle, okay, extrude it, and I need this extrude as a remove material. So I'm going to flip the direction, and then we can add a depth by our own, right? So I think this distance value is 10. So I'm going to add a value of 10 here. Okay, yeah, okay, 10 here because this external value has a value of 10 here, right? So yeah, we have created a depth value of 10. Okay, now we need to create a pattern of axis. So axis, and then the holes, like it will be same reference, right? So we need to pattern it as a 10 members. So 10 as a value of 360 as the same equivalent distance for those points, and then click on OK. So now we have created hole for the side, and we need to do the same on the other side, like right side also. Okay. So here they have provided the dimensions, so we don't want to worry about that. We can directly go for that. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Like they have provided this inner circle reference also as 47.5. Like I've never noticed this. Like they have provided. You can see here. Like they have provided for this inner reference circle as a distance of 47.5. So let's go and check whether we have created that correctly or not. Okay, let's go for the edit sketch and go for the sketch view. Here, let's go for the dimensions, center point up to this reference, 47.50. Okay, yeah, 47.50. Okay, so it's good. So let's select this surface, go for the sketch, and then go for the sketch view. Okay, so here we need to do the same. So I'm going to draw a circle on this reference. So we need to take reference for this line. And then I'm going to draw a circle like this. Okay, let's see the diameter value and the distance value for this. So this diameter value as like yeah, it should be 4, like same. Okay. So 4, and then the distance is 92. But you can see here they have mentioned like it should not follow, like it should follow the path of the old reference. Okay. So like you can see the whole reference here. So I'm going to follow the same here. So 4 mm as a dia, and this height value as 92. Okay. So now click on OK. Go for the extrude and flip the direction. And I'm going to adjust this depth value as the same 10 which we have given for the last previous depth hole. And then go for the pattern, axis pattern. Select the axis and the same axis pattern number as 10 as a 360 equal spacing, then click on OK. So now we have created our fifth part. Let's check whether it looks good or not. Okay, you can see it looks exactly the same. Okay, okay, good. So let's see whether they have provided any round feature for this. Mm, yeah, okay, okay, okay. We are good to go. So like they have not provided any round feature for this. So let's close this and let's save this part by opening it separately. Okay, so then let's save this part on the same working directory. Okay, close, like active this part and active the entire assembly again. Okay, so now let's click on regenerate and then I'll save our part. Okay, so good, we have completed our fifth part. Let's go for the next part. Like for the next part, I'm going to create this rear case. Let's see this. Yeah, we are going to create this rear case part. So yeah, excuse me. Like this part, it's a kind of simple, but it is very like it may have some blades here. So it is like this kind of difficult. Okay, so we can create this in our assembly itself, so it will be very easy. So Let's go for the create, and then I'm going to rename it as rear case. Okay, create features. So let's create our offset plane for this part. Okay, okay. So now let's go for the sketch, and then let's go for the sketch view. So here I'm going to create the next part in here. Okay. So let's see. We can also create the revolve feature again for this part. So for this, I'm going to take this diagram as my first reference. Okay. So this height from the mid plane, it will be 213.77, and this total length as, yeah, now not mentioned this total length. Mm, yeah. Okay. Okay. Ah, yeah. Here you can see this total length, like this total width of this part is 120. Okay. So let's create a constructive rectangle for our reference. But first, we need to take a reference for this edge and this edge. Okay. So constructive mode, like a corner rectangle. From this edge, I'm going to draw a rectangle like this. Okay. So this height value, as you can see here, 213.77, 213.77. And this length we have seen like it is 120. Okay. So now we have created this part. Okay, like we can directly create a rectangle here. Like you can see this. I'm going to zoom it. I'm going to create a rectangle here, and then we can create a feature for this. Okay. So for this rectangle, yeah, this height. So from here till here, like we need to know the dimensions, right? Okay. Okay. So here we have a dimension of 80 for this inner edge. Okay. So now let's go for the corner rectangle again. Okay. And then, yeah, I'm going to draw a rectangle on this surface like this up to this reference. And then let's go for the dimensions, like from this bottom to this reference. It should have a value of 30. Okay. So now I'm going to loop this, like I'm going to use the offset feature for this. Select, like go for the offset loop, like select this, and then I'm going to offset this to a value of 5, because you can see this distance as a 5 here. Okay, so I'm going to take offset of 5 here. Okay, so then let's close this. Like I don't want this bottom line. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to draw a line like this, and I'm going to close this like this up to this. Okay, so we have completed our sketch like this, and then we need to create, yeah, this height and this height. So this distance, I think it will be 5 as the same of this width. So 5, okay, and then from this to bottom it is 192.61. Okay, yeah, so we can go for that. So on the top reference, I'm going to draw a line like this, of like this distance value of 5, and then another line like this, and this distance also the same value of 5. Okay, so for this we need to create a line for this, like from here till here it will be like 192 point yeah, 192.61. Okay, so now we need to create a slanted line for this. So let's see whether they have provided any angle for this. Yeah, you can see here this angle value as a value of 10. So I'm going to create a dark line for this, like, uh, yeah. Let's see whether they have any coincidence for this. No, you can directly draw a line like this up to here, and then I think they have mentioned something on this bottom, like it has distance of 157.96. So let's go for the dimension, like from here till here, it will be at the value of 157.96. Okay, so now let's go for the angle here, like from here till here, it will have an angle of 10. Okay, so the same like 157.96 and the angle of 10. Okay, 157.96 and the angle of 10. Okay, so now we have completed this. So now we need to join this line like here. Okay, let's go for the line from here till here and then from here till here. Okay, so as you can see, it has some width feature here, like it has a distance of 5 here. So let's go for the offset. Okay, offset, select this line as a single line, and I need a offset value of -5. Okay, let's close this and let's draw a line like this to join this to complete this sketch. Okay, draw a line as a vertical line for this, and then let's delete the unwanted segments like here. Okay, sorry, let's go for the delete segment here. Okay, okay, like we have completed our two sketch, and let's just verify whether this distance is 5 and then this distance is 5 and then this, okay, 5. Okay, good. Now we can go for the revolve, but before that I need to create a center line for this. Okay, and then let's click on OK, go for the revolve here. Okay, so now we have created our part, but we need to create blades inside this part. Okay, as you can see in this diagram, you have some blades inside this. Okay, so we don't want to worry about that. We can just close this and we can create updates later. Let's click on OK here. Okay, so now for these blades, we should have some reference point inside this part which you have created recently. Okay, so for this, like if we are going to create blades inside this assembly, it will be very complicated. So I'm going to open the part as a separate part. Okay, at first I'm going to save this part. So then I'm going to create my blade sketch inside this separate part. I'm not going to create an assembly itself. Okay. Okay. So now let me select this datum 2 and then go for the sketch and let's go for the sketch view. Okay. So here I'm going to create the blade feature. So let's see what are all the dimensions that they have provided for this blade. Okay. I think this is the blade. Okay. Like they have created like yeah, we need to flip this. Okay, so now it should have some good view. Okay, so here we need to create an ellipse like this, and the ellipse width like it has a value of 6 and this ellipse length as a value of 100, and I need an angle like they have mentioned it angle as 10. Okay, so now let me take a reference for this line, and yeah, for, I don't want any kind of reference now. Okay, like we need to find this center point, right? So for that, I'm going to create a constructive line on this center up to this. Okay, so now, and I'm going to place a center line on this middle for the ellipse tool. So, okay, so then we can go for the center and axis ellipse. I need my ellipse like this and then like this. Okay, so now let's go for the dimension and let's implement all our dimensions here. I need this total value as 100 and then this width value as 6. Okay, you can see here this is 6 and this is 100 and the angle as 10. Okay, so from this point from here it should have a value of angle 10. Okay, good. We have completed this. Okay, so now we can go for the extrude. So I'm going to click on OK here. Let's go for the extrude, and you can see our blade has been created here. But I need this blade. Okay, I'm going to flip the drawing. Okay, you can see the blade will start from here to this surface. Okay, so for that, I'm going to go for the options, slide one. I'm going to selected this surface as my top face at the edge for this extrude. And from surface, I'm going to click on two here, and then I'm going to select this inner surface. Okay, you can see the blade has been created on this part. I'm okay with that. Okay, so let's click on OK here. And you can see a single blade has been created. Now let's select this extrude, and then we can go for the pattern as axis pattern. Select this axis. Let's see the number of blades which they have provided for us. Like you can see the blade has a 30 members. So it should have number of members as 30 equally spaced, and then click on OK. So now we can see our blades has been created successfully. Okay, it's looking good. Okay, so now I think this part is created successfully. So then we have to create some couple of whole feature for this, as you can see here. So we can create that in assembly itself because we need to take reference on the previous part. So just I'm going to save this part, and I'm going to minimize this. Okay, let's click on regenerate once again. You can see a part is created. Okay, so I'm just going to make it as an active part again, and then I'm going to create some whole feature for this. Okay, so let's go for the diagram once again, and you can see on the left side, like yeah, they have provided the holes here, and they have shown here for the better view. So for the outside circle, like they have provided a value of 177.50 as a height. Okay, it's not a kind of outside circle they have mentioned for this. For this outside, they have mentioned here as a height value of 200. Okay, and then yeah, okay. So now we can go for the sketch. We can select this surface, sketch, and then let's go for the sketch view. Okay, so for here, for this surface, I'm going to draw a circle at this reference. We don't have reference, so I'm going to click this as a reference, solve, close, and then I'm going to create a circle here. I don't want to make any coincident relationship. This diameter value as 4, yeah, 444, and this height as 200, 200. Okay, click on OK here, extrude. So for this extrude, like I need a depth value of, I think 5 is okay for me. So that's the edge distance of this part. Okay, 5, and then I'm going to pattern it. So let's see the number of patterns here. Axis pattern of 20 members. I think everything it will be same. Okay, so let's yeah, let's select this extrude. Okay, select this extrude pattern as a like an axis pattern here, axis, and then I need 20 numbers equally spaced, and then okay. So now we have created a hole on this surface, but we need to create a hole for here again, and then here again. Okay. Okay, so now for this surface, I'm going to click here, go for the sketch, and then go for the sketch view. Here they have mentioned the 4 as a diameter and the distance of 177.5. One more circle. So we take a reference here, close. Okay, and the diameter value of 4 here, and then the distance of 1. Let's see. 177.5, 177.5 here. Okay, so now let's extrude this, flip the direction. As a depth value of 5, as we mentioned, the same on the other side. Okay, it is created on the entire surface. Okay, pattern, axis pattern, and then select this, like this center axis, and then enter a value of 20 numbers as equally spaced, and then OK. So now we have created hole feature for this surface also, but we need to create another hole on the bottom surface as the distance of 92 from the midpoint. Okay, so then for this, I'm going to select this surface, sketch, and then go for the sketch. Here I'm going to draw a circle. Either you can draw on this reference, but let's check whether it is following the world reference or not. Let's draw a circle here. This diameter value of 4 and this length as a value of 92. Okay, like it is following the old reference. So if you're practicing this, you can take the old reference also. Click on OK. Like extrude. Okay. Okay, sorry. Yeah, extrude the extrude. So for this extrude also, we need to enter the same value of the depth value as 5. Remove material. And let's check whether it is fully extruded part. Okay, good. Yeah, okay. So now let's click on OK. Go for the pattern again. Axis pattern. Select the axis and then enter the number of members as 20, 360, and then OK. So now we have created all these whole feature here. Like, yeah, we can close, completed that part. Okay, so let's go for this part, separate part here. Just going to save this, close this, and then let's click on regenerate. Now I'm going to make this as an active and the entire assembly as an active again. Okay, so we have completed this part. I'm going to regenerate it and I'm going to save this part. Okay, so for the next part, we are going to create a part named like, yeah, end cone. So this is the part we are going to create now. Okay, so I think this is a very simple part. Okay, so we can directly create that. Okay, I'm going to use this in the assembly itself. So I'm going to rename it as end cone, create features, and then offset planes. Okay, okay, okay. So sketch, and then let's go for the sketch. So here I'm going to create the end cone here. Okay, so for this, like let's go for the diagram. Okay, so for this, we can use a revolve tool here, but we need to see the curve feature here. They have not mentioned any radius value for this curve because like they have merged these 2 points. When you zoom, you can be able to see here, like, they have merged these 2 points. So we have to create a constructive line for this based on the total height and total width. So 300 and 305, like we have to add this 305 plus 120. Okay, so let's take a reference on this edge. So close this, and I'm going to draw a corner rectangle on a constructive mode from here, like here. Okay, so this total length value as 305, this as 120. Good. So now we can go and create this part. So this line distance as 5. Okay. So then, like, yeah, from here till here, it will be 80.02. Good. But uh, yeah, but we need to create a line. Let's see here. Okay. But we need to create a line on this edge. So we need this diameter value divided by 2. 140.04 divided by 2. it will be like 70.02, right? Okay, so let's go for the line. For the normal line, I'm going to draw a line on this reference line like this and like this and like this. Okay, so this distance we have know it's a 5, and from here till here, like we have seen in this part itself, it is like 140.04, 140.04. So it should be divided by 2, like, right? So 70.02. Yeah, it's okay. So let's drag this on towards the left side. And then for this, like from here till this center point, like they have mentioned a value of, you can see here, 80.02. Okay, so this is 80.02. Okay, okay, it's good. So now, okay, so now we can go for creating this arc. So for this arc, like they have mentioned, they doesn't mention any kind of radius value for this. So we can directly, we know this endpoint, right? We can directly create an arc here, but here you can see it is like a tangent relationship. Okay, as a perpendicular relationship, it's not a kind of tangent. So I'm directly go for the 3-point tangent, and from here, okay, sorry, like from here till here, like I need a perpendicular feature on this. Okay, I think this is okay for me. You can see the line is highlighted in green. Okay, so you can see it is got some perpendicular relationship with this. Okay, so now we have completed this arc. Okay, so we need to create one more arc like from here till there is reference. Okay, so for this, I'm going on with this center and arc because we have created this arc based on a center point, right? So I'm going to use the same center point as my reference. Sorry, center and its ends at this center point, and yeah, from here directly spiking on with this horizontal center line. Okay, so now I'm going to close this. Okay, yeah, we have completed our sketch. Then, like, what else do we need to add here? Like, we have provided a value of 10 here. I don't know whether it meets the requirement or not. Let's see. This height as 9.98. Okay, okay, it should have some 0.02 value here, right? So we can't be able to create exact 10 value here. So I think this is okay for me. Okay, so we have created our arc based on the reference. So there is no need of taking or implementing another dimension here. Okay, we have used all these reference here. Okay, so we can just go for the revolve. For that, I'm going to create a center line. Okay, go for the revolve, and you can see our part is created. Good, right? Okay, it is placed exactly on this surface. Okay, and see it is placed exactly. Good. So now let's go for the diagram and let's see what else do we need to add here. Okay, like you can see the couple of round feature here, like single rounds. You can see the whole of the same for dia and then this height as 92. Okay, so I think we need to use the same reference for the previous. Okay, I'm going for the sketch view for this side. Here you can take the whole reference. Like we may have some dimension here. Like let's take a reference on this circle first. and let's see whether this distance is 92 as the same as mentioned on the diagram. Okay, so this is 92, right? So here also they have mentioned the 92 so that we can able to track the circle and we can make it as a reference circle. Okay, extrude, and for the extrude, like this depth as 5, right? So we can make it as a value of 5, remove material. Okay, so now I'm going to pattern this as an axis pattern on here. Okay, and then this pattern as 20 numbers as the same which we have done for the before, equally spaced, and then okay. Okay, then what else do we need to add in this? Like, did they have any chamfer on this? You can see the chamfer is here. You can also see the chamfer value as 2.5. So let's go for the chamfer, enter a value of 2.5. Select this reference. Okay, then click on it. So yeah, guys, like we have completed our like seventh part. Okay, so let's check whether it is okay, correctly placed by using the old reference. Okay, so we can open this part and we can save this part. Okay, save, close this, regenerate, and I'm going to make this as active and then as the entire part as an active, regenerate, and then save the part. Okay, so like I think like we have completed the inner parts successfully, and then we need to create one more like this part, one more here, one more here, and then one, two, three, four, five blades, and then a couple of shape here for the cover shape. And here also we need to create one blade and another blade and another blade. Like we are going to create over level blades and then two components. Okay, so like we have covered around like three parts in this video, but I think like these three are like a little bit complicated when we have compared to the previous four parts, right? Okay, guys, like on the next video, we will do on the next parts, like part from the part 8. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. So if you want like more videos related to this Creo or any kind of software like Power BI, you can comment below, and we will see in upcoming video in this like the next part of this video as a part 3, and I will upload this video tomorrow. Okay, so thank you, guys. We will see you next video. Until then, bye.